Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Castro and welcome to another video here on Jacob's Aquarium. Today I have a very special video for you guys. It's all about my brand new, amazing, gigantic pond. The pond that I'm calling Super Pond. And here it is. All right guys, here we go. I've been so excited to make this video. I've been so excited to show you guys my brand new pond. So I just finished building this thing a couple days ago. It was back-breaking work. I'm still recovering. I have tons of injuries. I know that's a tiny little cut, but it was much bigger before. It's starting to heal. Tons of injuries, you know, cuts on my hands and bruises. I sprained my ankle building this thing. I almost died building this thing. And there's a lot to talk about in this video. But yeah, here is Super Pond. Isn't this crazy? It's 1,200 gallons, 20 feet long, 6 feet wide, 14 inches tall. And it can hold thousands and thousands of plants. I have already all my plants that I pretty much sell on the website in this pond, all separated into their own containers, and I still have tons of space for more product. This is going to be an amazing, amazing thing for Jacob's Aquarium. I'm so excited for what the future holds with this Super Pond. So let's talk more about Super Pond, dive in a little deeper and show you guys how this thing was built and what equipment I'm using and all kinds of stuff like that. All right, so let's start with the filtration equipment. Pretty much it's the same thing from my old pond. I'm still using the same Active Aqua pumps. These are 1,000 gallon per hour pumps. One pump is the return pump for the pond, taking water in from the wet dry filter and pushing it back out into the pond. Another one is for a UV sterilizer. Since it's 1,000 gallons per hour, it wouldn't sterilize much water if water was going through the system that fast. So I went ahead and turned down the flow rate of the pump so that water has more time to pass by the UV sterilizer, thus giving me crystal clear water. So that is that. And over here I'm still using the same overflow unit. I had to make a few modifications though, just because the little locking nuts kind of wore out. So I'm using clamps now instead. This is an eShops overflow unit, and that goes into two 100 micron socks. I've been using the same socks actually for like 2 months now, by the way. So pretty cost-effective way of mechanical filtration. Now you may notice I have no biomedia in this filter, and I'm gonna try to do this pond without any biomedia, just because the biomedia in the wet dry filter got so dirty and was actually causing more problems than it was actually helping the pond. So I'm hoping that there can be enough beneficial bacteria built up in the sand, just in the pond in general, on all the surfaces of the pond, to aid with biological filtration. So I'm going to try to do it without it, but if I notice a spike in any of my parameters or things kind of go south, I'm going to put biomedia back into this filter. But for now it's going to be empty. All right, I'm using a 20-pound CO2 tank, the same tank I had in the old pond, and that's injecting CO2 right there, right in front of the outlet coming from the wet dry filter, and that's in return pushing all of the CO2, you know, throughout the pond, evenly dispersing it throughout the pond. So that's perfect. Okay, so now let's talk about the construction, the design of the pond. Yeah, I know I don't have a build video for you guys, but trust me, there was no time to film as I was building this thing because I had to get going. I didn't really have a lot of time. I had to destroy the old pond, which meant that my plants were sitting out of water pretty much for a couple days, and that's not good. So I know if I was to film a build video for this new pond, it just would have taken so much extra time. And not to mention, there was just so much to do and so much to concentrate on, and I really feel like that would have taken away my concentration. So I apologize guys for not having a build video for you guys, but you know, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to explain to you how this pond was built. It's very simple. It's not difficult by any means, but pretty much there's 4x4 supports going on the side walls and then underneath the pond to support the bottom. I have really thick plywood. This is expensive plywood. It's like 40 some odd dollars a piece, and I have like 6 sheets of this stuff. this pond was expensive. Let me just say that right off the bat. This pond cost me a lot of money to build. So the supports that go throughout the pond, you can kind of think of this as the skeleton. They have these metal brackets attached to them, which further help support these sidewalls. And here's a shot of the underside of the pond. You can see those supports go right underneath and hold up the pond very, very nicely. And there's the ADA 75P. Oh my God, I know I miss it too. Poor thing. It's under here, not being used. But I have plans for that in the future, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, so that's as far as the supports for the underside and sidewalls go. That's what I used. Pretty simple. I just screwed them into each other and put the brackets on, and you know, they're doing their job. We're using 4x4 posts for the legs of the pond. We have a leg right here, 2 legs in the middle, and a leg at the end. Same thing for the other side. We're using 20-foot long pieces of 7-inch tall pieces of lumber. I was trying to think what these are called. So these are 20 feet long, and they're all one piece, which gives the pond further structural stability, because this is just all one piece of wood. It's not split in half, so there's no risk of anything, you know, bowing out or anything. It's just one piece of wood supported by all these supports, so making it very strong. And as you can see, there is pretty much like no bow to the walls of this pond, which is incredible for the amount of weight that's pushing against these walls. So this new design that I came up with is really much better than the old pond. The old pond, you know, was my first like big pond that I've ever built, and I was still learning how to, you know, build these massive, you know, things of water. So I learned from my mistakes, and as you can see, they're definitely paying off, because that wall is not bowing whatsoever. So that is awesome. All right, so as far as supports and how the pond was built, that's pretty much it. I just screwed things together. I made a box pretty much, added some supports on the sides. I used, you know, the best lumber that I could possibly find. This pond cost a lot to build in that respect, but the cost was worth it, because that ensures that the pond is going to hold up for, man, the test of time, you know. As far as the pond liner goes, I'm using a 15-foot wide by 25 feet long pond liner. It's a 20 mil pond liner. I actually bought it on Amazon. I think it was like $200 or so. It's thinner than the previous pond liner that I used, but it's still very strong. And that's what I was reading on the reviews about this pond liner, was that even though it's thinner, it's still very strong, and it can hold water for the test of time as well. So that's why I chose this one, and it's doing just that, and it seems like it's going to hold up very well. So as far as how the pond was built, that's pretty much it. I did have to make some modifications to the greenhouse. I had to attach fans to the roof of the greenhouse, reroute electrical lines and everything, because as you can see, there's no space. Like, that's where I do all my packaging, and I have no space. So what we're actually going to be doing is building an extension onto the greenhouse right here. I'm going to be buying some more cattle panels, and we're going to build an extension right here that'll be sectioned off from the main greenhouse, and I'm going to put black plastic over this portion of the greenhouse, because I want this portion to kind of be like the office for the greenhouse, you know. So it's not really going to be meant for any plants or anything like that, but it's going to be a space where I can you know, package all my stuff for my customers and have plenty of space to do it. So all this will pretty much be another greenhouse pretty soon. and I think we're doing that this weekend. So it never stops here at Jacob's Aquarium. We're always building stuff, and we just keep going and going and going. So all right, last but not least, as far as plants, I have all of my plants pretty much separated into their own containers, and this is what I love the most about the new pond, because, you know, the old pond was much smaller than this. Obviously, it was half the size of this, so a lot of the plants I had to double up in one container, and especially if they were foreground plants, they would eventually get mixed together, which made it really difficult for me to keep them separated. But now that I have the space, okay, Mr. Supercar, supercar and a super pond. But now that I have the space, I can put tons and tons of these containers in here and separate all the plants by themselves. You can see that I still have some plants doubled up in the same container, and that's because I ran out of these containers, so I have to order more. Some more are on their way. But yeah, guys, it is just so awesome to have everything separated and organized. It makes my job a lot easier when I gotta pick plants to package for you guys. It's just awesome. It really is. I got all my I got all my rhizome plants and moss plants in these pond baskets. I will be getting more of those as well because I plan to expand my moss line really a lot. I can't talk today. I plan to expand the amount of moss that I offer greatly, okay? So you'll soon be seeing flame moss and weeping moss and all kinds of moss on the website pretty soon, okay? Yeah, pretty soon. That was a double pretty right there. But yeah, you can see I still have tons and tons of space for more plants, so I just can't wait to have this pond filled up. I mean, it's already pretty full. There are thousands of plants in the pond already, but still, I still have room for more. So yeah, so that's it, guys. This is Super Pond. It is incredible. It is huge. It is amazing. It is just everything that I could ever ask for. And trust me when I say this, this is gonna be good for me for a while because I'm not building another pond anytime soon. This pond was absolutely back-breaking to build. I mean, just moving this thing, you know, in pieces into the greenhouse as we built it was just incredibly difficult. And by the way, it was just me and my father building this, just 2 people for this gigantic thing. Now let me tell you guys why I almost died. So being the idiot that I am, I decided that it was smart to stand on a glass cross brace in order to reroute my electrical lines on the roof of the greenhouse. And I've done it before, the glass hasn't broke, so I trusted it, but still a stupid thing to do. And guess what happened? Yep, the glass broke. I fell right through into the tank. It is a miracle that I did not get cut. Can you believe that? I did not get cut at all. Not even a little baby cut, nothing like that. I was so grateful. I really think somebody was watching out for me in that case, because there's no way that you can fall through glass and not get one cut. That doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, that's how I almost died, because I probably could have got a really bad cut, and you know, I could have bled a lot, and that would have been horrible. You know, just talking about it scares the living crap out of me. So that's how I almost died. Oh, and also the pond almost fell on me as I was putting supports underneath the pond when we were building it. So that was another way I could have died as well. But anyways, guys, Super Pond is officially finished, and it's amazing. It's incredible. I'm so happy. I'm just so overjoyed. And of course, all of this would not be possible without you guys, the love and support from my amazing subscribers, fans, customers. I love you guys so much, and thank you for helping me get to this point in my entrepreneurial career, and thank you for making Jacob's Aquarium what it's become today. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video here on Jacob's Aquarium. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're in the market for aquarium plants, visit jacobsaquarium.com, where I have tons of aquatic plants for sale on my website, all at really affordable prices. And I encourage you to check out my competitors, because you will see time and time again that my prices cannot be beat. They are consistently the lowest prices on the internet, and the reason why they're the lowest is because I don't believe in charging extraordinary prices for aquatic plants that don't cost that much to begin with for businesses. I believe in providing you guys quality aquatic plants for an affordable price. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All my social media links will be in the description below. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope your tanks are doing well. Have fun with your tanks, and I'll see you next time.